Bitcoin seems to be holding the line. So right now, Bitcoin is at $26,670 and it is Friday, September 22nd. It's 11:25 a.m. And so far, Bitcoin's been holding the line as far as this horizontal support here around 26,400 to 26,500. That was our critical level that we kind of got held up by with the bodies of the candles here. Then we fell off from, then we got rejected. We shot up right through it, back down, rejected, got above it, support, pop up, then back down as support again. So far, so good. What we need to see out of Bitcoin is, first off, getting above 26,700, which is the 12-hour 21 moving average, this purple line here. If we can get above there, then we could see some more immediate upside. And it's very critical that we get above the key level here at 27,447. That's where we found our resistance at the other day, and that was a 786 from this high down to the low. We got rejected once, twice, three times from that 786 and pulled right back down. If we do go lower, we could see us come to 26,124, and that's where we absolutely want to hold, because that's the 786 from the low down here back in June to the high that we set back in July, and the 786 sits at 26,124. So if we were to pull down, that's the line in the sand for me that I'd want to see hold as support, especially that we have the void line lower band kind of rising up to that level to hold as support as well too. Also, I wanted to mention Algo is looking good for a day trade today. We did do a pair-to-pair swap trade out of VeChain. We went from XLM to VeChain, now to Algorand. That's been playing out nicely. Algorand is one of the top gainers today, so Algo, keep your eyes on it, because I think it has a lot of upside to go, as well as it could be a good day trade in addition to the pair-to-pair swap that we did as well too. We had a 4-hour golden cross right here, came back down, held as support, and now we're starting to rise. If we take out this high over here, we could see some nice movement. We can get into the 11-cent area, which is a good gain. I think that's 10%. Yeah, that's just a 10% on a day trade with a little grease up levy. You do the math, right? So watch Algo today. The Algo USD chart looks good, and Algo to Bitcoin looks great as well too. We're coming down at the 12-hour chart, gonna break the 200 moving average. If we can break that, we're right at it. Then it's likely we're gonna come up to that fib overlap zone, which is probably about, that's 17 to 20%. So we could probably see if that pans out, Algo not just go to 11 cents, maybe even up to 12 cents. Let's see what's 15 to 20%. Yeah, 11.5 cents to potentially 12 cents. That could be a monster day trade, so keep that on the radar. And bond yields right now, let's take a look at it. We got them lower today. We're coming down. So bond yields are down 1.29%. Then if we look at the stock market, we came down and held the key level. We bounced from this line of support, which was resistance, now support, and then again. So this is a 12-hour chart. I want to see us get back above that 200 moving average. So ideally get back above 15,000, and then 15,250 to let the melt up continue. Then on the daily chart, you can see support, and look at that. Would you look at that? We got a 1-day prepare to buy soon on the 7G. So that's when the stars align. If you guys remember the Stargate VIPs, the screener, if you were to do not show warning signals, it will be like when everything checks off. So as you can see, that 1-day buy now over here disappeared. But if I were to put this back on, you'll see that it pops up right there, and then this shades a little more green. What we got right now is the stars aligning, where we see on the 1-day chart, all 4 of those core indicators have hit their respective parameters. So this is massive. If we see a nice bounce and a vertical blue line come in, like look at back here, January of this year, January 10th, we got that buy now, immediately up only. It was immediate. So this is a good sign so far, but we need to see the vertical blue buy now beam come in, and then us get above 15,300, 15,250. That's positive for the moment. We're going to have to track that. If we break that level, it's likely we're going to come down to the 200 moving average around 13,575. The dollar does not want to melt down yet, but we are seeing some signs still of it waning. Look at that MACD coming down. The TSI is trying to stay up there, but the MACD is coming down, and this is a daily chart. So like, if we don't have a rapid rise in the dollar today, this is going to flip to red. Last time it flipped to red, it was a little fake breakdown to a pop up, but this could be the time where it actually is the nail in the coffin. So we're gonna have to be watching that like a hawk. On the 12-hour chart, we are losing the momentum. If we look at the 2-day chart, we're still headed up here. So we need to see that 1-day break down, so then we can break down from this trend line here, and that's gonna coincide with us breaking back down below that 200 moving average on the 2-day. We'll likely come to 103, and if we break 103, that's the nail in the coffin for the dollar. That's what we need to see. On the 1-day chart, though, we did get a golden cross for the dollar. As you can see here, we have that green cross, just like we have that red one over here. So we did get a golden cross. Not the best sign when you see that, especially when it comes to the dollar. I looked at the past times we had golden crosses. There was one right here that was a breakdown, then a fake break up, and then it melted down. But this one was a real one, and then this one was a real one. This one fired up. So like, definitely not a good sign. So I want to see immediate weakness out of the dollar for sure. But there is a scenario where the dollar could fire up, but cryptos could maintain and keep going up. So sometimes the market drivers work like that, where they could be not in our favor, but you'll see cryptos hold the line and actually go up. So that could be an option or a scenario if the dollar does melt up. But right now we're below this critical level. So far so good. That was our point of where we came down to in November of last year as support. We broke down from it, rejection all of 2022, 2023. And so far we've had 2 daily candle rejections from here. So we want to see that continue. That's at 105.56. We need to see that continue. Total crypto market cap. We have not yet flashed that 4-day buy now signal. That's going to be our sign that the bottom is in. We're above the 786, which is good, but we don't have the 4-day buy now. If we look at the 3-day chart, we don't have the buy now there yet. If we look at the 2-day chart, we do have the buy now, and we held the 786 so far. So if we can see some momentum to the upside today to get to 1.066 trillion or 1.07 trillion, then hopefully we could flash that 3-day buy now, and we're super close, or like this close to doing it. So we need to see that come into action, and that will result, if we can get to 1.07 trillion and up to like 1.10 trillion, which will bring the 3-day to flash a buy now, which will ultimately spill into the 4-day, which will flash the buy now, which last time that called the ultimate bottom in January 2023, and it was up only ever since. So we definitely need to see that momentum continue here. Altcoin market cap. We are on the 2-day chart. As you can see, the red moving average of 200 and the green 50 moving average are like, they're reset. They're nice and tight together. And after being so spread out, when we hit this bear market, here they were nice and close, but we weren't ready yet. And now we're close again. So like, it's very, very good when you see these kind of reset themselves, because if we break above here, come back down, hold that support, that's the beginning of the altcoin melt up. And we have all the stars aligning for that to happen. We're down at the 786. We flashed the long entry signal on the 1-day chart. I thought we did. It was somewhere. It was the 12-hour chart. I feel like we did on another chart. But so far so good. We had the buy now on the 12-hour. We had the 1-day buy now. We came back down. We held the 21 moving average, so we held the line there, which we needed to see. All good stuff. So let me bring this over. Yeah, so we came down, we held the 21 moving average. We need to break back above 333 trillion. Then we can come up billion. Then we need to go to 350 billion. We break above there, nothing was the same. That's what we need to do. And then we need to hold 320 billion at the very least. That's for the altcoins. Bitcoin starting to pop up now at 26,700. If we go to the 6-hour chart, we can see it a little clearer. We're starting to see a nice pop. We have the MACD flip into white. We need to see that momentum come in. If we look at the 3-hour chart, we can gauge to see if we're going to get it, and we're very close for it to happen. We're crossing up there, getting close. Stock RSI is crossed up. We need to see the pink come up. We have a 3-hour prepare to buy soon, which on the 7G, which last time we got the 3-hour prepare to buy soon was that fake breakdown. We got the buy now on the pop back up, and it's been up only ever since. So if we can see a 3-hour buy now signal, then I would say the same thing is about to happen. So this is a good sign so far. Very good sign. And we still have on Bitcoin the 3-day prepare to buy soon. Right here, we are above the 786 and the 3-day 200 moving average coming down here. We're trying to break above. First level is 27,300, and then our 786 at 27,500. And then we ultimately need to get above 28K, which will get us above the 50 moving average here. And then the final boss, the 786, 29,000, we get above there, we're ready to rock it. So very good signs so far, but we need to see how that rest of the day pans out and the weekly candle. Then we have this trendline resistance coming down as well too. So if we can break above even 28K, hold that support, we're good to go. Then we got XRP. So on the 1-day chart, XRP on the 1-day chart, we already know we flashed that long entry back here at 46 cents. And then we've been riding this trend line up like this. And yeah, we've been holding it. So far, yep, we've had multiple days of support. Then we have this 200 moving average, this red one, and I'm going to kind of just draw the line there, kind of like this. So we have some convergence, and by Sunday, we need to see a move. It's going to happen. And then we have this green moving average right up here like that, coinciding with these resistance levels right here, resistance. We have that. So we got our levels marked, and then we have this 21 moving average as our support. So like we need to hold 50 cents. We got to hold there. Then we need to break above 52 cents, which would get us above this trend line and the 200 moving average here. We can get above 52 cents. We need to take out 54 cents. We take that out, then we can talk about going back up to the 60 cent level, 59, 60 cent level. But those are our levels for now. But so far, so good. Look at the momentum. The 1 day is headed up still. You look at the 2-day chart. We just crossed. We might have just flashed a 2-day buy now signal. We're flashing a 2-day buy now signal as we speak. So this candle closes in a day and 9 hours. So if we can have the follow through and maintain where we are right now, we'll have this confirmed. So this is solid. And then you can see that the 21 moving average, this purple line, is now in conjunction with where we're at. So we fire up, we're going up to here, we break, we get rejected, we're coming down to here. And at the very least, we would need to hold this level at the last stand, 46 cents. So that's what I'm watching for XRP. XLM, it's maintaining its own so far. I think, well, for Ripple, we got the proper party coming up. November, we have Swell. And then Stellar has their annual conference, Meridian, I think it's called, any day now. So there's some catalyst for that. And so far, so good for Stellar. I want to see it get back above 11.5 and ultimately back above 12 cents so we can see more upside. It's been lackadaisical. So it's been a great pair-to-pair triple hopscotch swap because we went from XLM back over here, it was like at 13 cents into VeChain, and VeChain was the top performer, and the VeChain went up like 30%, and then we converted into Algo, and Algo's been up since. So that's been a successful triple hopscotch pair-to-pair. So if you're not a Stargate VIP, you want to get in on these triple hopscotches pair-to-pair, going coin to coin, growing your coin stack through utilizing your bag, then join the Discord. Link is in the bio. Rob at Stargate. Ask how you can get kitted up with VIP and we'll get you. But yeah, Algo's still looking very good. It's already starting to fire up since I started this video. So I want to get this out to you guys for that day trade. The XLM has a 1 day prepare to buy soon right here with the 7G, massive. Like, look at the last times, bottom here when the buy now came in. We did have a breakdown, but then we've ripped up. And we're on the 1 day 200 moving average. I don't know, man. Like, a lot of things are looking good so far as confluence to support. We're going to see a nice bounce at the very least. So I'm going to be looking to play this like a fiddle. I know you guys are too. So you guys know what I'm seeing. You guys know what I'm watching. You guys know the levels. You guys know the mindset. You guys know the sentiment that I'm feeling on the market. So I'm going to push this video out, and I'll see you guys in the Discord. Come join it if you're not in it. Link is in the bio, and I'll see you guys in there and in the next video.